If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's April 27, 2020. And today is Monday morning, so no major economic events scheduled for today, but we'll take a look at some of the events scheduled as the week continues. But first, looking at the Forex markets, we see the dollar actually retracing versus the major pairs, while we see the Dow Jones rally ahead of corporate earnings this week. And looking at the commodities, gold remains strong and oil kind of falters. And lastly, looking at the stocks, they're still trading with the index, but this week is going to be a big earnings week, including Intel, Amazon, Apple, Google, ExxonMobil, and Boeing. So you have high-tech stocks that are coming out with corporate earnings, and also some of the bread and butter like ExxonMobil and Boeing that is coming out. Now, including this week in terms of economic data that's coming out, we have consumer confidence, FOMC, and the euro has a main refinancing rate. Okay, so lots of major news coming out this week, including tomorrow's consumer confidence, which is a major number. But let's take a look at the markets to see what we can expect from today's trading. So I do expect the markets to be quite volatile this week, but we're first taking a look at the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, as you can see. And we see it actually bouncing quite hard this morning to 108.43-ish level from 107.40-ish level, which is a nice about 100 pip move, almost 100 pip move. So a nice little bounce, but we're still trading within this area. Okay, so as long as we haven't broken this 180-ish, 108.80-ish level, I don't see it going back to this 109. But something to consider if this does create a nice little rally later today. Now, looking at the GBP USD also being strong. What I like about this is that it's strong systemically. It's strong across the board. And it's also trading with the Dow Jones, which is going up, which means the US dollar goes down. So this is all in tandem right now, so we should see follow through this 124.38-ish level, but it does need to continue this momentum. The Aussie USD is the one that's taking us above first. As you can see, it's breaking that resistance-ish level. Now, jumping into the commodities, we're going to take first a look at gold here as it makes this double top at 1730 and retraces to this 722. Now, this is not disconcerting by any means. It just means that it's taking a breather and it needs a lot more oomph, a lot more volume to break above it. Does this mean we can correct here? Yes, it does. Okay, so I'd be very cautious and very, very poignant to be on top of this if you are in a position. Now, looking at oil, we're trading further down at 14.96. We're losing our momentum on our upside. However, looking at the Dow this morning, we saw it actually bounce up to 23.966 from last week's close. Let's look at a 4-hour chart just to give us a perspective. We traded from last week about 800 points on the upside, and we're right now at this resistance-ish level at 23,972. So something to consider as we go into today's trading session. Okay, now, and then the Nikkei has been very strong, as you can see here, 19,850-ish level, also rallying quite nicely. Now, looking at the stocks last week, Facebook, very strong, 189. If we look at Apple, it did rally, but it's a little bit cautious. Didn't break above it. Okay, if we look at Amazon, also not breaking above its resistance level at 2,400, but quite strong. Okay, still very strong as we're going into this number. Now, looking at JP Morgan this morning, it's flat, $90.45. So, you know, some of the stocks are still being a little bit cautious on the upside, even though the market is going up, which means that the market is still very cautious. Okay, so I wouldn't jump into this on the upside by any means. Now, with this news coming out this week, there's going to be a lot of volatility, especially after consumer confidence. That's probably going to be a bummer. Now, some of the other news that's going to come out is more the corporate news, the Intel, the Amazon, the Google, which is going to add a lot of weight to the market, especially Amazon. I really need to emphasize Amazon and Apple have really been the key players of this market. So if they're not going to break out higher and they, you know, are cautious this week, then I do expect some sort of correction in the market. So just be aware of that. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.